And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Papago Park. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the Southwest Woodbat Classic Spring Championships. And we are underway in the championship game. We're in the top of the first inning. And it's the Gauchos Black against the Athletics. And underway here as we were late getting lineups. Teams both coming over from other fields and waiting on different things. But we'll get settled in here. Jackson Schaub led off for the Gauchos and popped down to the shortstop for the first out. Jake Gareth bats second and delivers an infield single. And now Colton Graham has just doubled home the run. And the Gauchos have a run in the top of the first inning. A pitch to the number 4 hitter, Tony Varela, misses low for ball one. And the next pitch popped up into foul territory, and it will fall for a foul ball. And they count 1-1. So again, Jackson Schaub led off. He's the shortstop. Jake Gareth, the center fielder, bats second. Colton Graham at first base hits fourth. And Tony Varela, the catcher, at the plate now. He's in the cleanup spot. Trey Falk will bat fifth and play third base. Hitting sixth is Andrew Madrid. Scotty Ruoff is an extra hitter batting seventh. Dylan Knapp in right field eighth. Then it's Xander Wilson hitting ninth as an extra hitter. Nate Guerrero plays second and bats 10th. Eli Reed, the left fielder, bats 11th. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. Spencer Horwath, the starting pitcher for the Athletics. So the next pitch misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a couple of base hits and a run for the Gauchos in the top of the first inning. And that's off the handle of the bat, popped up behind the mound, and that's going to fall. And that'll be another infield base hit. Not a lot of altitude there, but the ball finds the infield grass. Shortstop gave chase, but couldn't get to it. And so Varela aboard at first. Now first and second with 1 out and a run in for the Gauchos, and the batter is Trey Falk. And that ball hit off the end of the bat and into straightaway center field, and that's caught for out number 2. We'll get you through the Athletics defense. Chase Pavey starts in left field. Hunter Gardner, who just made that catch, is in center. Then Jackson also Brooks in right field. Braden Coburn plays third. Matthew Carter, the shortstop. Austin De Herrera, the second baseman. Then Johnny Cousin at first base. Austin Thomason behind the plate. Spencer Horwath, I mentioned, the starting pitcher. So 2 aboard with 2 outs and a run in for the Gauchos. Andrew Madrid at the plate, and he takes low and away, ball 1. And that ball punched into right field, and that's down for a hit. Runner, big turnaround third base. Now going to try to throw behind him, and safe the call. Might ask for help here, and we'll see. It looked like there was a high tag with Graham sliding back at third. It will go as a base hit, and then the question is whether or not the base umpire will ask for help if the plate umpire saw it any better. Tough angle, so maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Scotty Ruoff would be the next hitter for the Gauchos if the play stands. Again, it was a big turnaround third base from Graham. And now his partner will ask. And we'll see if the plate umpire had a better look at it and if he saw enough to want to overrule the call.
That's bad.
And he says no. So maybe he wasn't looking. Maybe he didn't see it any better. And maybe a break for the Gauchos. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs and a run in for Scotty Ruoff. Now Ruoff will try to make it hurt for the Gauchos. And the first pitch. This is for ball 1. And that ball fouled off at the plate, and they count 1-1. And a ground ball over toward third. In the hole, it's short. Throw it across the diamond. And that is in time. A 6-3 ground out ends the inning. As it is, the Gauchos get a run on 4 hits. They leave them loaded. After a half, Gauchos 1. And the Athletics coming up. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Johnny Cusson leads off for the Athletics. Takes low and away for ball 1. And the next pitch high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Spencer Horwath will bat second and pitch. Austin Thomason works behind the plate batting third. Daniel Brewer is an extra hitter. He bats fourth. And Juju Ortega hits fifth as an extra hitter. A pitch over for a strike, 2-1. Hitting sixth is the shortstop Matthew Carter. Braden Coburn will hit seventh at third. Chase Pavey, the left fielder, is eighth. Hunter Gardner bats ninth and plays center field. Pop up in the infield. And that's going to fall as the pitcher, Andrew Madrid, had it beat on it momentarily and then lost it in the sun. And so that drops, and the first runner aboard for the Athletics. So a bit of a break there. We'll see if they can take advantage as Horwath will bat. I mentioned Gardner then batting ninth. Herrera, the second baseman, 10th. Jackson also Brooks bats 11th. And that ball is into left center field, and a basket catch out in left. And that is out number 1. So Horwath flies out to left field. 1 on and 1 out for Thomason. Anyway, also Brooks 11th, and Gavin Arbuckle, an extra hitter, bats 12th. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Athletics trailing the Gauchos 1-0. It's a championship game in the spring championships from Southwest Wood Bat Classics. Pitch in the dirt, blocked for a ball, and it's 1-0. Step and throw to first, and the runner dives back. Runner takes off, pitch a ball, throw to second base, not in time, and a steal. There's a runner in a scoring position. And the next pitch misses for a ball. Madrid, the left-hander, ready in his pitch. And he gets that one over for a strike. 3-1 the count on the number 3 hitter in the Athletics lineup, Austin Thomason. And the 3-1 pitch popped up first base side, and that's out of play.
Let's go, Austin, right here, kid.
And the count goes to 3-2. And a ground ball rolled over to third, right through the legs of the third baseman, Falk. And the runner is held at third base. So Thomason aboard on an E5.
Spencer's pitching.
So Gavin Arbuckle at the bottom of the order comes on as the extra hitter and now the courtesy runner.
Go, Gavin, be smart,
Goes as the last batted out, but the only out of the inning was Horwath, the pitcher, who also can be run for. So
watch his move.
First and third with one out. Athletics with a chance to get even here in the first. Runner from first takes off and no throw. So still on base for Arbuckle. And now two in scoring position for Daniel Brewer. And Madrid with the pitch. It's high and away for a ball. 2-0 on Brewer with Ortega next. And that's off the end of the bat into foul territory. Diving try, and the first baseman, Graham, can't get it. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike.
Make our adjustments. Let's go.
Second and third with one out. Black, the Athletics black down to Gauchos black, 1-0. And that's low and in, 3-1. And the next pitch over but high, and it's ball 4, and that will load the bases. Sacks full for the Athletics. Juju Ortega will bat. First pitch misses for a ball. Yeah, that pitch over and popped up into shallow left. Shortstop out, left fielder in. The runner will stay put at third. So the fly ball put away in shallow left. Both putouts from left field. And the batter will be Matthew Carter. First pitch to Carter over for strike 1.
Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie. Pick him up. Pick him up.
Yeah, the next one bounced in. That'll go to the backstop, and that'll get a run in. Athletics tie it in the bottom of the first inning as a wild pitch brings in the runner. Now a ball and a strike on Carter, and the go-ahead run 90 feet away as both other base runners moved up as well. So it's Arbuckle running for Thomason at third, Brewer at second. And Madrid with the 1-1 pitch. And that's inside, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Up and in, 3-1. Gauchos with a run in the top of the first inning, left the bases loaded. And that one bounced in for ball 4. Second walk given up by Andrew Madrid. Now the batter is Braden Coburn. Madrid, the left-hander, with the first pitch, and a ground ball rolled over to the right side. Guerrero ways to his left, makes the play and flips to Graham at first base, and that will end the inning. A 4-3 ground out ends it for the Athletics in the first, and they get a run in the bottom of the first inning to tie it up after one. We're tied at 1. First pitch off the handle, popped up behind home plate and caught by Thomason, the catcher. 1 pitch and 1 out as Dylan Knapp is retired. Yeah, swing and a miss for Xander Wilson. And that's strike 1. Nate Guerrero next for the Gauchos in the second. And that pitch over but low, and they count 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Each team with a run in the first inning. For the Gauchos, 1 run, 4 hits, and 3 left. For the Athletics, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and a walk. 2 walks, actually, 3 runners left. And a ball punched into right field. And also Brooks there for the catch, and that's out number 2. Now Nate Guerrero for the Gauchos. Each of these teams 2-0 in pool play. Each team with a win in the semifinals to advance to this championship game. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. And that's fouled out of play. And the 0-2, that's high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. Top of the second inning, tied at 1 from Papago Park. And a curveball rolled over to the second baseman, and that's on to first. And in time, a 4-3 ground out. So after 7 came to the plate in the first inning for the Gauchos, they go 3 up and 3 down in the second. And after an inning and a half, still tied at 1. And Chase Pavey leads it off for the Athletics in the second inning and takes ball 1. Pavey, Gardner, and Herrera in the second inning for the Athletics. And a ball hit well out to right field, and on the run, the catch made by Knapp. And the leadoff hitter retired in the bottom of the second. Now Hunter Gardner, the center fielder for the Athletics. First pitch high for ball one. And the next one up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Gauchos with a run on an RBI double from Colton Graham of the Athletics. Scored a run on a wild pitch after their leadoff hitter singled, stole second. Moved to third on an error, then came home on the wild pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 3-1. And the pitch up and in, and that's ball 4. Third walk given up by Andrew Madrid. Puts Gardner aboard at first base. And Dawson there at the plate. And Dawson takes the first pitch high for ball 1. And the pitch will miss low for a ball. And the count 2-0. Easy throw over. And Madrid, the left-hander, looking in. Now he's ready in the pitch. And that's over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-1. Runner goes, and the ball popped up on the left side. Madrid out, and that ball is down, but they'll throw to second base, and that'll be a force. And that is out number 2. Boy, Madrid with a great effort. The pitcher, and then Falk, the third baseman. Although I guess it's not Falk now. Well, it might be. Again, we were scribbling down lineups, but not able to get it. But then they are able to throw to second to force Gardner. Kind of in no man's land. He couldn't really take off till he found out if the ball was going to fall or not. So it's a runner at first and 2 away for Jackson, also Brooks. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Back that way. Let's just leave it up if we can. Open that leg back up, Mark. All the way over.
And runner gets a big jump, throw high, the pitch high rather, and the throw to second base is late. Now still at base. And a 2-0 pitch fouled off, and they count 2-1.
All the way over.
2-1 to also Brooks in the pitch. And that's fouled off. And it's 2-2. Still a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the second. And the ground ball down to third, backhanded on a nice play, and a throw across to first base, not able to scoop it up, and the runner will come around third and score. And the Athletics go in front 2-1. So it was a pretty play by the third baseman. I think that's Colton Graham over there now. But a nice play on the backhand, but then an E5 on the throw. And the runner comes around to score. Also Brooks aboard at first base. A run in for the Athletics. They lead 2-1, and the first pitch to Gavin Arbuckle is high for ball one.
Let's go, Gav, right here, kid.
Now the 1-0. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Runner on first and 2 outs. A run in for the Athletics. They lead 2-1. And the next pitch low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Next one inside from Madrid. 3 balls and a strike. I don't know if I mentioned it in the first inning, but it is free substitution. Also, Brooks gets to second base. And a half swing foul ball, and it's 3-2. But again, it's open substitution, so they can move players around. And I guess it is at a lot of levels as far as changing defensive positions, as long as they're not changing the lineup. And in this case, the Athletics are, and both sides are batting every player. Well, that's outside of that. That was ball 4, but now 3-2. So runner at second and a run in, 2 outs in the inning. Boy, that looked good. Called ball 4. So Arbuckle walks, second walk of the inning, and the 4th of the day given up by Madrid, and we'll get a timeout from the Gauchos dugout. Playing in the bottom of the second, Athletics lead the Gauchos 2-1. And a pitching change for the Gauchos. Xander Wilson on to pitch. He gets the first pitch over for strike 1. And next one off the plate, 1-1. Johnny Cusson, the leadoff hitter for the Athletics, singled, stole a base, and scored in the first. Takes low and away, and it's 2-1. 2 runners on and 2 outs. A run in for the Athletics. They lead the Gauchos 2-1. And the next pitch high for a ball, 3-1. And popped up in the infield, and it'll be the pitcher Wilson that calls for it and makes the play, and that ends the inning. But the Athletics jump in front for the first time. They get a run in the bottom of the second. After 2, they lead 2-1. First pitch over for a strike at the top of the 3rd inning. 11, 1, and 2 in the order for the Gauchos. And a ground ball down to 3rd, takes a hop, and no play over at first base. Eli aboard for the Gauchos. First pitch up and in, ball 1 to Jackson Schaub. The Gaucho leadoff hitter. He popped out to the shortstop Carter to start the ball game. Runner takes off, and the ball hit back on the right side and into right center, and it's going to get past the outfielder, also Brooks. Eli got to be waved around. Here comes a throw to the plate. It is cut off, or not in time anyway. Then they throw to 3rd, and the runner out at 3rd base. So good piece of hitting to start the play as Jackson Schaub, maybe on a hit and run there, puts that ball back on the right side where the second baseman had just vacated his spot. And then also Brooks not able to get to it as it gets by him. Runner all the way around from first base to score. And then as the throw went to the plate, Schaub tried for third and he's thrown out. Now Jake Garrett, who had an infield single and scored in the first. Gauchos tie it here in the top of the third inning. The score now 2-2 as the pitch is outside for a ball. And a ground ball foul outside of third base. The 2-1 pitch rolled slowly out to short. Carter charges and throws on to first base, and that's in time. 6-3 ground out, 2 away in the inning. And now the batter is Colton Graham, who doubled home a run his first time up. And that one rolled out to the shortstop Carter. Going to have another chance here to throw to first base. Not in time to call it first. So good hustle there for Graham as he beats out an infield single. Second hit for Graham brings up Tony Varela. And Varela hits a hard shot that Carter can't field in the hole, and both runners safe. That might be another infield single. Would have been a tough play for Carter even if he gets that one clean. 2 on with 2 outs. And the first one to Trey Falk misses for ball 1. Look back to second, and Horwath's pitch and a line drive over the head of the third baseman. That's down the line, and that's going to give the Gauchos the lead as Graham will score. Varela to third base, and in at second with an RBI double is Trey Falk. So it's a 2-run third inning. Gauchos back in front. They lead 3-2. Now Andrew Madrid. And a big curveball over the outside corner, a strike. Madrid with a base hit his last time up. And the next pitch over for a strike. And it's 0-2. And way out in front there, Madrid swinging a miss, and he strikes out, and that ends the Gaucho third inning. But the Gauchos go back in front. They score twice on 4 hits plus an error, and a couple of runners left on after 2.5. Gauchos 3, Athletics 2. Two, 3, and 4 in the order for the Athletics in the bottom of the third. Spencer Horwath takes low and away for ball 1. Spencer with a fly ball to left field his first time up. And the next one bounced in, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Next one bounced in there, and it's 3-0. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Gauchos. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Athletics. Pitch over for a strike, 3-1. Thomason and Brewer to follow for the Athletics in the bottom of the third. And that's punched over to the right side. Going to be a tough play here. Charging and a throw on to first. And that's in time. Guerrero knew he wasn't going to be able to get the ball on the line, so had to try to pick a hop to play, and then a strong throw to Graham at first base. Now Austin Thomason. I said Graham, I think that might be Madrid over there. Anyway, it's again kind of free substitution, so we try to keep track of the movement here as Xander Wilson is on to try to get through his first full inning of work. He got the final out in the second inning. Bounced in there, and it's 2-0. Gauchos with a run in the top of the first inning. Athletics answered with one in the bottom of the first. Then Athletics with a run in the bottom of the second to lead 2-1. Gauchos scored twice in the third to go up 3-2. Now 3-0 the count on Thomason, who reached on an error his first time up. And a pitch low and in, ball 4. Horwath on to run at first base this time for the Athletics. 1 on and 1 out, bottom of the third. The batter, Daniel Brewer. And the first pitch over for strike 1. Runner goes, pitch a strike, throw down to second base, and the tag applied. And Horwath running for Thomason, caught stealing. And that's out number 2. Now Brewer will try to get it started with 2 outs and the base is empty. He's down 0-2 after walking in the first. And a swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. A strikeout ends it for the Athletics, and they fail to score in the bottom of the third after 3. The Athletics trail the Gauchos 3-2. We move to the top of the 4th inning from Papago. First pitch to Scotty Ruoff misses outside for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. And misses for a ball, and it's 2-0. Swing and a miss from Ruoff, and the count 2-1. Scotty grounded out to end the first inning. Leading off the 4th for the Gauchos. And the 2-1. Spinner, well, that looked pretty good. Call the ball, 3-1. And a half swing on ball 4. And the count goes to 3-2 on Ruoff. They say that pitch up at the eyes is the one that's hard to lay off. And you can see that happen there. 3-2 pitch. And that's a soft line drive caught over at third. And that is out number 1. Got a pitching change here as Braden Coburn is on in relief of Spencer Horwath. So Coburn retires the first hitter here in the fourth. Now Dylan Knapp, the right fielder, at least started in right field for the Gauchos. Oh, that came inside. He swung and got hit all at once. I think that ball deflected off of Knapp and maybe hit the catcher. Also, Brooks now behind the plate. They're going to come check on the hitter, Knapp, to make sure he's okay. And Knapp going after the next one, fouls it to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Couple of new corner infielders and a new catcher, and there's a swing and a miss. The ball dropped, and so the throw will go to first base. It goes as a strikeout and a 2-3 put out for out number 2, and the batter will be Xander Wilson, but Austin Thomason, who started behind the plate for the Athletics, now at third base as Coburn is on the mound, and Juju Ortega in at first base. I mentioned Jackson also Brooks now behind the plate. Wilson with a fly ball to right his first time up, lifts a fly ball into shallow left. Going to be a long run and a running catch. And it's a 3-up, 3-down, fourth inning for the Gauchos. After 3.5, they still lead 3-2. Joe Ortega, the leadoff hitter in the fourth inning for the Athletics. He takes ball one. And the next pitch over for a strike, and they count 1-1. Ortega, Carter, and Coburn scheduled for the Athletics in the bottom of the fourth. And that ball fouled to the backstop, and they count 1-2. Tony Varela now in left field for the Gauchos. Madrid at first, as I mentioned, Graham behind the plate. And there's a line drive over the head of the shortstop Schaub, and it'll be Varela over to get it and send it back in. But Ortega with a base hit to get things started for the Athletics in the bottom of the fourth. And the batter is Matthew Carter. First pitch to Carter high for ball one. He had a walk back in the first inning. Let's see if the Athletics try to move the runner up here. Not showing any signs of a bunt on the first pitch. Turn and a throw to first, and Ortega dives back. Athletics trail 3-2 as they bat in the bottom of the fourth. It's the championship game in the Southwest Wood Bat Classics 2016 Spring Championships. Pitch misses outside, and they count 2-0. This wraps up 4 spring tournaments for the 13U and 14U age groups. High schools will get things started in May as they get a ground ball out to short. Going to have to hurry, and they do get the out at second base. 6-4 on the force. And so Carter aboard at first base on the fielder's choice as Ortega was forced 6-4 at second. And the batter is Braden Coburn. And that ball fouled off the end of the bat from Braden Coburn, strike one. But next tournament coming up then for the Southwest Wood Bat Classics will be May 20th through the 22nd, the Summer Classic, kind of a kickoff tournament. As that pitch misses for a ball. for all the age groups, I guess 13U up to 18U. Then there'll be 3 tournaments in June. The Desert Classic, June 9th through the 12th. It's the first one of the month of June. Throw down to first as the pitch missed away. 2-1 the count. 1 on and 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Athletics trailing the Gauchos 3-2. And the next pitch high, and it's 3-1. But then June 16th through the 19th will be the Copper State Summer Showcase. The 23rd through the 27th, the Cactus Classic. Yeah, that pitch high for ball 4. Now, Gaucho pitchers at least 1 walk in every inning. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 walk in the third, 1 walk now in the 4th. And with 2 aboard and 1 out, the batter is Chase Pavey.
Hey, run smart. Make this already.
First one to Pavey misses for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. And misses, and it's 2-0. Had a lot of base runners. 5 runs scored between the 2 teams to this point. Pitch a strike, and it's 2-1. Check back and a throwback to second base. The runner back. First and second with 1 out. Home half of the 4th inning. Athletics trailed 1-0, led 2-1. Now they trail 3-2. Pitch is high, 3-1. Yeah, Wilson with the 3-1 pitch. That one's not close, ball 4. And that loads the bases.
Go ahead, let's keep it going.
And that'll prompt a timeout from the Gauchos dugout. We play the bottom of the 4th inning. Gauchos lead the Athletics 3-2. And a pitching change for the Gauchos. Colton Graham on to pitch, and his first one, Hunter Gardner, misses for a ball. And the next one is inside, and it's 2-0. Barella back behind the plate. Wilson takes over in left field. The 2-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. Big chance for the Athletics here to get even and maybe jump in front. 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, 3-1. Nowhere to put Gardner. Ball 4 walks in the tying run. And a 3-1 over for a strike. And it's 3-2. Just able to foul it off as Gardner as he punched it over on the third base side. And the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Now Gardner strikes out. That's out number 2 in the inning. Now Dawson Dare. First pitch fastball outside corner, strike 1. That fastball over the outside corner. It's 0-2. Single start of the inning, then a fielder's choice. Back-to-back walks low to the bases. A strikeout, and now an 0-2 pitch. And a tapper back to Graham rather. And on to first base and in time. So Colton Graham comes in, does a nice job, gets the final 2 outs. And the Athletics leave the bases loaded in the 4th. After 4, they still trail 3-2.
Take the ball. Want the ball.
Nate Guerrero leads off and takes time for ball 1 from Braden Coburn. Coburn had a 3-up, 3-down 4th inning. Pop out, strikeout, fly out. And Guerrero out in front there. They count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. It's low. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. 2-2. Guerrero grounded out to end the 2nd inning. The 2-2. And got him on a breaking ball with the ball down in the dirt. That'll go to the backstop. And that'll put Guerrero aboard at first base. So a strikeout and a wild pitch. And a base runner for the Gauchos. Now Eli bats for the Gauchos. He reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. And a line drive over the head of the 3rd baseman Thomason down the left field line. But Guerrero stops at 2nd base, and now the first 2 aboard. And back at the top of the order for Jackson Schaub, who had a double his last time up. 1 for 2 today. 3-2 Gauchos, and now a chance to add on in the top of the 5th. Neither team has had more than a 1-run lead. Ball fouled out of play. Gauchos with a run in the top of the 1st inning. Athletics scored single runs in the bottom of the 1st, again in the bottom of the 2nd to lead 2-1. Gauchos scored twice in the top of the 3rd to go up 3-2. And that's where we're at, playing in the top of the 5th. Pitch to Schaub is outside, 1-1. And Coburn with the pitch. Defensive swing there for Schaub. Fouls it off, and it's 1-2. Two aboard and nobody out for the Gauchos in the top of the 5th inning, leading 3-2. Turn back to 2nd, but no throw. And that ball hit over toward the right side, and a throw on to first base. And that is in time, 9-3 on the putout. Runners go to 2nd and 3rd. Now 1 out, and the batter, Jake Gareth. Gareth with an infield single and a run in the first, a ground out in the third. As the infield comes in for the Athletics, they'll play on the grass. And the first pitch over, strike one. And the ball fouled off, and it's 0-2. Coburn trying to pitch out of trouble here in the fifth inning. The 0-2. And that's off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss on a big curveball. Gareth is out, number 2. Brings him Colton Graham, who's got a couple of base hits. And they're not going to pitch to Graham this time. They will intentionally walk Colton Graham. So that loads the bases for Tony Varela. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Varela with 2 infield singles today. And going after the first one, fouls it off right side.
Hey, expect the ball now. Expect the ball. Let them buy you on your knees.
You ready, son?
Expect the ball. Here we go.
Here's Coburn into the wind, and the next pitch, and that ball hit well, and that's going to get down in left field. Horwath will chase. It might clear the bases. 1 run scores. Another run scores. Graham comes around as the throw goes to third base. It's a 3-run triple for Tony Varela after they intentionally walked Colton Graham. Varela makes the Athletics pay, and it's 6-2. Three-run triple for Varela. And also Brooks out to talk to Coburn as the batter will be Trey Falk. Falk with an RBI double his last time up, 1 for 2 today. And the first one fouled out of play. The 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coburn into the wind, the 1-1 pitch, and a tapper back to him. He'll knock it down, has time, and throws to first base. And that will end the inning, but a good inning for the Gauchos Black as they score 3 times on a couple of base hits. They leave 1, and after 4.5, it's the Gauchos 6 and the Athletics 2. Jackson also Brooks leads it off for the Athletics in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch way outside. It goes to the backstop, ball 1. Arbuckle next for the Athletics in the 5th. Pitch near the outside corner, a strike, and the count 1-1. Athletics with a right-hander getting loose as that pitch is a strike. It's Chase Pavey starting to loosen in the bullpen. The 1-2 pitch, and that's a swing ball down in the dirt, and so they'll throw it on to first base. A strikeout and a 2-3 put out, one away. Scotty Ruoff now at first base defensively for the Gauchos. Here's Gavin Arbuckle. He takes a fastball, strike one.
Let's go, Gav, right here.
And the 0-1. And that's hit out towards second. Fielded by Guerrero on a nice play. Gets rid of it. And in time at first base.
Come on, Johnny. Stay hot here.
Two up and two down in the Athletics' fifth inning. And back to the top of the order. First pitch misses for ball one. Pitch a strike, and they count 1-1. And next one misses, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And next one high, 3-1. 2 outs and the base is empty. Bottom of the fifth inning. Athletics trailing by a score of 6-2. Yeah, that misses for ball 4.
Come on, Spence.
Yeah, that ball hit back up the middle. Horwath. And safe at second base. Gauchos hustled to try to make that play at second, but was not in time, so it will go as a base hit. Now 2 aboard with 2 outs for Austin Thomason.
Let's go, Austin. Daniel wants the back. Let's go. Daniel wants to hit.
Thomason reached under here in the first, walked in the third, and bounces one foul.
Be patient up there. Be patient.
6-2 our score at the bottom of the fifth inning. Now ball and a strike. Yeah, the pitch up and in. And the pitch misses inside, and it's 3-1. A strikeout start of the inning, then a ground out. A walk and a base hit, now 3-1 the count on Thomason with 2 on and 2 outs.
Ready, Austin. Come on, Austin. Here we go, babe. No one better, 1-8.
And a fastball over the outside corner, a strike, 3-2. So the runners will take off here. 3-2 with 2 outs. Want to make sure the pitcher Graham delivers to the plate. Check of the runner at second. He'll turn back. And the look back, the 3-2. And a pop-up. Could get him out of the inning. Schaub calls for it, and the catch is made to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, plus a walk, 2 left. The Athletics have left 10 runners on through 5 innings, and after 5, they trail 6-2. Chase Pavey, the new pitcher, and Andrew Madrid with a swing and a miss, strike 1. Coburn stays in the ball game. He's now in left field. Horwath moves from left to right. Next one misses. And the next pitch misses low. Two and one on Madrid. Davies' pitch is inside, 3-1. Ruoff and Knapp to follow for the Gauchos in the 6th. Talking about this being the last spring 13U, 14U tournament, as that pitch is a strike and it's 3-2. High school season around Arizona is starting to wrap up. This is the final, or yesterday was the final Saturday of the regular season. Everything ends on Wednesday. Get a ground ball rolled over to the right side and on to first base in time. A 4-3 ground out gets Madrid. That'll bring up Scotty Ruoff, but last day of the regular season is Wednesday. The state playoffs will start next weekend, depending on the classification. I know Division 3 and 4 start on Friday. Division 1 and I believe Division 2 both start on Saturday. First pitch to Ruoff over the outside corner, strike 1. Top of the 6th inning, Gauchos leading the Athletics 6-2. And a ground ball bounced over toward third base. And a throw short hop from Thomason. Picked down by Daniel Brewer, the new first baseman. So 5-3 ground out, 2 away. And the batter is Dylan Knapp. Another ground ball down the third base line. This one's foul. And it's strike 1. Yeah, that ball fouled off at the plate. And a pitch outside. Knapp trying to be a 2-out base runner here in the 6th. That's up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dylan Knapp. He's fouled out and struck out in 2 at-bats. And that's off the handle to the backstop. Will stay 2-2. Xander Wilson will be next for the Gauchos. Gauchos went 2-0 in pool play. They beat the Arizona Wildfire 5-2, and the Scottsdale Demons 13-4. And then they beat a team from their own group, the Gauchos Red, in the semifinals. And that ball lands foul. Chase Pavey, the 3rd pitcher used for the Athletics. Spencer Horwath went the first 3. Braden Coburn 2 innings in relief, and now Pavey on in the 6th. He's got the first 2 outs. And a slow tapper. Pavey is going to get a chance to make the play himself, and he'll step and throw it onto first base, and that's in time. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Gauchos still in front of the Athletics by a score of 6-2. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Athletics in the bottom of the 6th. Daniel Brewer with a swing and a miss for a strike. Ortega and Carter up next for the Athletics. And that ball got inside, fouled off, and it's 0-2. Brewer with a walk in the 1st, a strikeout in the 3rd. And that pitch just misses for a ball, 1-2. And that's back up the middle, but picked up on one hop. And a throw over to first base. Graham made a nice play fielding, and then threw a BB over to first base. Madrid over there. And able to bring it in. So the leadoff hitter retired, brings up Juju Ortega. And a first pitch fastball, strike 1. Ortega with a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2 on the day. And a tapper down the third baseline, picked up in foul territory.
Don't touch the ball. Push it out. Drop your shoulder. Get it in there. Let your bat work, Sean. Let your bat work.
Hey, sit back, wait for it. Wait till your belly button, then drive it. Yeah.
Bring it back to the net, son. Here we go.
And that ball fouled off. We stay 0-2. Athletics with single runs in the 1st and the 2nd. Gauchos with a run in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, and 3 big runs in the 5th. Now the 1-2. Fouled out of play. This is our second game of coverage today. We had the first pitch dirt bags and the halos in another championship game as the pitch misses 2-2. And I guess they split the teams. East and West was one section, North and South the other. So it was a championship of the East-West divisions. This is the championship of the North-South divisions. The 2-2. And that misses for a ball, 3-2. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. Athletics down to their final 5 outs, trailing by 4. And a 3-2. And ball 4. Graham thought he had strike 3. Could see his reaction. But Ortega aborted first for Matthew Carter. First pitch misses, ball 1. Carter with a walk in the first, a fielder's choice in the 4th. Pitch outside, and it's 2-0. And that's a strike, 2-1. And that ball bounced back. They're going to go to second for an out and on to first base. And that's a double play. 1-4-3 on the double play as Guerrero turns it out at second base. And that ends the inning. Nothing happening for the Athletics in the 6th. Head to the 7th inning, and the Athletics trail the Gauchos 6-2. First pitch hunting Xander Wilson, and that's going to get over the head of the center fielder. Ball came off the bat, thought it might be playable, but gets over the head, and it's a leadoff double for Xander Wilson. 11th base hit of the ball game for the Gauchos, and the batter is Nate Guerrero. Guerrero's job to get that runner from second to third. And first pitch misses for ball 1. Look back to second, but no throw. Pavey's pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss, a strike, and it's 0-2. Next one up and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second, nobody out, top of the 7th. Gauchos leading 6-2. Off the end of the bat, over to the right side. That won't move the runner up. Soft line drive caught by the second baseman, Darrett. Now Eli will try to move Wilson off of second base. First pitch of ball. Eli reached out an error and scored in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 5th. Pitch over for a strike from Pavey, 1-1. The 1-1. Tapped back to Pavey. They got the runner hung up between second and third. Going to run right at him and now try to execute the rundown. And the throw and the tag, and now the runner's going to be called safe. Called him out, but the ball came out of the pitcher's glove, and so both runners safe. Fielder's choice. And then Wilson to third. Eli gets to second. And the batter, Jackson Schaub, as I would think the Athletics will bring the infield in again here. And they will come in on the grass. And that ball shot foul right side off the bat of Jackson Schaub. Jackson 1 for 3. And a ground ball down the line at third. Not going to try for a play at the plate. Instead, a throw across the diamond in time for the second out. But an RBI ground down for Jackson Schaub makes it 7-2 as Wilson scores from third base. Eli goes from second to third. And the batter is Jake Gareth. As we look ahead to the bottom of the seventh inning for the Athletics, Coburn, Pavey, and Gardner will try to get things started. They're going to have to wrap it around to the top of the order. There's a comebacker picked up by Pavey. He'll jog it halfway and toss it the rest, and that's the final out in the Gaucho seventh inning. But the Gauchos add a run on a hit. They leave one, and we go to the bottom of the seventh inning. It's the Gauchos 7 and the Athletics 2. Braden Coburn leads off for the Athletics in the bottom of the seventh. First pitch sent up the middle, fielded right by the bag at second, and a throw on to first base. One pitch, one out, retires the leadoff hitter as Schaub throws out Coburn. Brings up Chase Pavey. Maybe a fly out and a walk in 2 trips. Going after the first pitch. Dumps that one into, just on the left side. It's off the glove of the shortstop, Schaub. Doesn't matter what level it is, that's a tough play on either side of the infield when you get the trio of fielders going after it. And because Schaub was on the run and wasn't able to bring it in, that might go as an infield hit. Either way, it's a runner aboard at first with one out for Hunter Gardner. And Gardner going after the first one, fouls it off. Gardner a walk in the second, was called out on strikes in the fourth. Throw over to first and the runner back. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the seventh. Athletics trailing 7-2. Pitch over for a strike. And a ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Graham trying to wrap it up here for the Gauchos. And another one fouled off. Another one fouled off. Colton Graham trying to find the final strike here against Gardner, who has fouled off 3 different 2-strike pitches. And another foul off, and it's still 0-2. Gauchos with a run in the top of the first inning. Athletics responded with one in the bottom of the first to tie it. There's a ground ball rolled over first base side. And they'll flip to first base. So Ruoff there to Graham covering. 3-1 on the putout of Gardner. Runner to second base, and it'll be up to Dawson DeHerrera. But after the Athletics tied with a run in the bottom of the first, they got another one in the bottom of the second to go up 2-1. Then the Gauchos scored twice in the top of the third to go up 3-2. They added 3 in the fifth and 1 in the seventh. 7-2 our score. Slow roller out and off the glove of the shortstop Schaub over to Guerrero, and that'll prolong the inning. Now runners at first and third for Jackson also Brooks. Still a ways to go here for the Athletics with 2 outs. Need to get a couple of more runners on as the first one to also Brooks misses for ball 1. Runner takes off, throw down to second base. Not able to pick it up, and that'll bring a run in for the Athletics. So they are trying to put the pressure on. DeHerrera with the steal of second. Pavey scores. And that makes it 7-3. And off the end of the bat over to the right side. Caught by Guerrero. And that will end it as also Brooks lines out to end the ball game for the Athletics in the seventh. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. And we go final from Papago. For the Gauchos in the win, 7 runs on 11 hits. They commit 3 errors and leave 7 runners on base. For the Athletics, it's 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base for the Athletics. So we go final then as we wrap it up here from Papago Park. We play 2 hours and 1 minute in today's championship game. So that'll do it. Again, our final, it's the Gauchos 7 and the Athletics 3 from Papago Park. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. And we'll talk to you in May when we return for coverage in the Southwest Woodbat Classics.